Hello everyone, Spider Gamer here once again for another Reddit reading video. Please forgive my lack of enthusiasm today. I feel like trash, but it's okay because we all feel like trash sometimes, I guess. Before I start this episode, I'd like to make a few announcements. First, a company reached out to me via Twitter quite some time ago. I only found out recently because I had to log in after like a year of not logging in at all. I logged in, I think it was for a Star Rail retweet raffle or something like that. And they had reached out asking if I wanted to be an affiliate. And I did some digging into this company and I found out they basically reached out to every single very small YouTuber and streamer looking for people to promote them, and basically they just all around sounded shady. So obviously I didn't answer because it had already been like 3 months. But yeah, I just wanted to mention this. I'm not shouting them out. I am not pointing fingers at them. I'm not even gonna mention the name of the thing. Just, I wanted to make sure I mentioned this because I know this is probably gonna close a few doors for me, but I think I would only be able to really promote something if I know I myself would be willing to use that. I don't think I would promote anything that I wouldn't use it on myself and could possibly be a little shady, you know? So it's basic moral, basic morals. Okay, nothing too fancy in the moral side here. Just, I want to be honest with you guys, and I don't want to promote anything that I myself wouldn't stand by. So with that said, that's the first announcement. The second announcement, I was presented recently with an opportunity to try out for a casting on a pilot animation. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I will be trying. I'm not gonna mention the animation either because I'm really just trying and I'm probably not gonna get it. Let's be honest here. There are people with way more experience and talent than me applying. There's just so many people applying, and but I still want to try either way because we can never really get things if we don't try, and it's always good to give it a shot. So I just wanted to tell you guys that. And yeah. Also, on this topic of being very honest with you guys, I have to say, something I kind of struggle with is that I am very, very, very easily stressed and irritated. I definitely have some anger issues that I've been working on throughout the years, okay? I have done so much progress. I used to be way angrier all the time. Currently I'm just mildly annoyed all the time and then get really stressed very easily. I'm still working on it. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. But I'm still working on this. So with that said, a job I probably could never do thanks to those aforementioned anger issues is retail work. I honestly, big shout out to every single retail worker out there. You guys do something I could never. I think I would honestly a vein might pop inside my head and I could die on the spot from the amount of stress and irritation I would get from that job. So yeah, congrats, honestly. You guys are heroes. So yeah, first off, big shout out to retail workers, and a round of applause to you guys. And with that said, even though I can't experience this job for myself, I can very much hear stories from said job through the internet. So, welcome to Tales from Retail. This is a subreddit where retail workers share their stories from working in retail, and a lot of them include Karens, which, honestly, one of the biggest hazards out there. So we're starting off today with a story from user u/sorceress683. The day the decimal point moved over. Something that I just remembered from my time as a blue vest cashier. Something went very wrong in the computer system that affected all baked goods. Simply put, when you scanned any baked good, whether it was regular or self-checkout, the decimal point on the price moved over one space to the right. So instead of your box of 2 donuts coming up as $1.99, it would come up as $19.90. Oh my god. Jesus. That's like the price of a donut in this very specific, very good store actually, that I go to sometimes. They sell like everything frozen, and you can get pretty much everything frozen in there. And they sell packs of donuts for that price, but like the catch is that it's in my currency, and my currency is like 5 to 6 times less than the dollar. So yeah, this would be this would be exorbitant. Oh my god, I could not imagine spending $20 on a donut. Oh my god. 2 donuts actually, but still. Not sure how many people went through the checkout with large orders that included a pack of donuts or pastry and didn't notice. Once I realized what was going on, it wasn't terrible to fix, but it had to be manually done for everyone. Every single bakery item. They had their own barcodes, so they didn't have it in the quick lookup menu. We had to scan each item with a handheld scanner to see what it was being set at, then manually type in each item and price. The system made you type in a description every time you did this. No! This is horrible! Why would you need to type in a description each time? No! Also, I just realized those bakery goods are the ones that are like, they usually break up the cents, right? Based on how heavy each thing is. So it makes sense why the barcodes are different every time. They are slightly different in weight and so slightly different in price. And oh my god, that sounds like a nightmare to fix. Oh my god. I think the only thing I could like compare, even hope to compare in my experience, would be like when you're almost done with a drawing and you want to turn off the sketch layer, and then you realize you put the entire line art on the sketch layer, which sure would be a little unrealistic considering I at least have several different layers for line art. One for the eye, one for the nose, one for the mouth, just to make sure I don't mix up anything, and precisely to avoid having all my line art in the sketch layer. But imagine being done with everything and you just have to redo everything again. That would be nightmare. That is a nightmare. Oh my god. So though, I can tell. Oh my god. I felt really sorry for those who accidentally paid 10 times the price. I feel sorry for you. And for those who paid 10 times the price, but mostly for you. This wasn't the first time this kind of thing happened. For a while, all steak rang up as filet mignon. Oh no! Regardless of the actual item, and charged accordingly. That's a nightmare! No! Oh my god. Like, some people mentioned in the comments checking the receipts. I usually, when I'm, putting everything through the self-checkout lane, usually I go through self-checkout because I can go my own speed. Like, I'm really fast sometimes, but really slow sometimes. So I'll just do my own speed at the self-checkout, and usually it's not that crowded, so it's okay. But whenever I'm ringing stuff up through the self-checkout, I'll always check that the price is the same I actually saw, right? And whenever something's on sale, I take a picture of the on sale kind of, not really post-its. They're not post-its. They're like signs, I guess. The signs they put in front of the stuff saying it's on sale, I take a picture of it. Because one time I was putting stuff through the self-checkout, and this bag of chips that I really like, they're baked instead of fried, but they taste fried, and it's really, really good. It's like a healthier alternative to Doritos. It's the best ever. I love it. It's called Tostitos. I love it. This bag of fries, I personally prefer the spicy one over the salt one, but they're both really, really good. I recommend both of them. I don't think they sell them outside of Brazil, so you might have some trouble trying them if you do try them. But I love them so much, and if you have the opportunity to try them, I totally suggest you do. Where was I going with this? Oh, anyways, yes. I was putting stuff through the self-checkout lane in the local supermarket, and I put the bag of the Cheetos through the self-checkout, and it rang a higher price than I had seen. It was on discount that day. It was like, I don't remember. It was on discount that day, so I knew the price was wrong because I had seen the price, and that's why I chose to get that bag, because it was cheaper, and I wouldn't really have the budget to get that bag if it wasn't. So I called for an attendant, and I was like, hey, this bag in the snacks section said that it was on sale for around this price, and now it's not. And the attendant just looks at me and goes, what price did you say it was? And I said, oh, like something. And then they just went there, edited the price, and just put in the price I said. And I felt so bad that they just took my word for it. Because what if I had thought of this, like the wrong price? What if I had added a couple of cents? What if I had taken out a couple of cents? They just took my word for it. So now every time I take a picture so that I know the price it's supposed to be, and if the attendant questions, is it really on sale, I can show them the picture, sure. But the main part is I know the price now, because I don't want to make that mistake again. I felt so bad. What if I had said the wrong price? Anyways, but yeah, I really suggest when you're ringing your stuff through the self-checkout lane to check the prices when you're doing it, instead of just accepting the full total. I think most people check the prices anyways, but if you're going through the normal cashier line, you can't really be checking the prices as you go, but do check your receipt afterwards, because we all make mistakes sometimes. Even machines can make mistakes. So life lesson, guys, always check the prices and always take pictures of sale signs. Next, we have a story from u/designerweb8051. Upsetting current situation at work, gaslighting and smearing. Ooh boy. First post. Not sure if I have enough karma, etc. to post this, but I need to write this down. I work in a small local convenience store where 95% of the customers are regulars and everyone knows each other. People generally like me. I'm known for being very polite and smiling a lot, but really I'm very shy. One of the regulars is a woman who's close friends with the manager and one of my coworkers. She comes in every day and her partner comes in every day too, but separately. He's kind of intimidating and never smiles or speaks except to demand cigarettes. Almost 2 weeks ago now, the woman came in with a large trolley of shopping and yapping on the phone on speaker mode. It's super rude to do that, but I don't like to interrupt or seem passive aggressive, so I just smiled and started scanning or bagging her stuff. When I was done, she handed me cash while still talking on the phone, so I put it through and gave her change. Immediately, she just snapped and started shouting pretty loudly about how I'm supposed to ask for her membership card before taking her money. Luckily, my supervisor witnessed the whole thing and she turned to him, saying that I don't know how to do my job. I don't even remember everything she said because I was kind of in shock at the sudden mood switch. I tried to de-escalate, but she kept interrupting everything we said, so I raised my voice to her level and said, "I'm sorry, but you were on the phone," and left with her still ranting to my supervisor. I guess she realized afterwards that she was being irrational and cruel, so she started adding on a few extra details to justify her explosive reaction. According to my manager, who is close friends with her, I ignored her questions throughout the transaction. Apparently, she asked me to wait before I snatched her money from her hand. Then, when she calmly explained that she hadn't scanned her membership card, I swore and shouted at her and stormed off. My manager said it's a case of he said, she said, which is stupid because my supervisor backed up everything I said, plus there's CCTV footage of her being visibly aggressive. The next night, her partner came in and bought his stuff like normal. After he paid, he tried to get on me for not asking for a membership card. He never has one. I kept deflecting his questions, but he kept pressing me, which was scary. I'm a young girl, and he's a big, angry 60-year-old man. Eventually, I said, "Thank you, good night," and he hesitated but left looking angry. After that, I was really pissed off and told my coworker about it. The next night, my coworker said she told him to leave me alone, yay, since my manager won't. And he said he never said anything to me and I was lying. Oh my god, this lying little... Okay. The next time I saw him, I called someone to cover me on the till and left to do floor work. But when he was done, he came and confronted me, shouting about how I'm a liar and he never did anything wrong. I just left. Not only am I dealing with this couple, some customers who I'm pretty sure are her friends and acquaintances are being really rude to me when I serve them. I'm so polite and smile, and I just want to die. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to deal with this situation, and I don't want to escalate it, but it seems to be out of my hands. I can't really give any advice in this situation because as I said, I don't work retail and I don't know what can get you in trouble, but you deserve so much, so much. Let's think of something really good. Okay, you deserve so many kittens purring in your ear for being able to stand this, honestly. You deserve so many rainbows shining through your window. And yeah. Oh my god, I could never. Damn, you guys are actual heroes. I just wanted to mention this comment I saw. Dizzy Skunk Ape said, I would start asking them for their membership card. And PCGate added, very well said, every few moments if they don't respond, without exception. So the person comes up to you and you're like, do you have your membership card? 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 Ma'am, sir, do you have your membership card? And that would be very funny, actually. I don't know if you could get in trouble for that, so don't follow this advice if you would. But if you wouldn't, it doesn't hurt to try. That time I got to see Captain America save the day. The story was by user Mysterious Clue 3500. I used to work retail at a mom and pop's costume store. We had this family who were regular customers and would come in every year and pick out themed Halloween costumes as a family. This particular year, they said the theme was the Avengers. Ooh, I like it. I really love Marvel. I think it's pretty obvious from the Lego gameplay, but like I really love Marvel. And I know they've been a little iffy as of late. Honestly, just between you and me, I don't see the problem with I don't see why people are talking badly about the multiverse thing they're sprinkling in now, because that has been happening in the comics for a while. And I personally really like the multiverse aspect of Marvel. So I'm really excited for future movies, but a lot of people are talking badly about the multiverse things being sprinkled in. And honestly, I don't know why. I love the multiverse. I love the multiverse theory in general. I love the mere concept of a multiverse in general. My works have a lot of multiverse sprinkled into it. A lot of stuff is connected. A lot of stuff is like, oh, it's I just love the idea of a multiverse. And I hope people don't talk badly about my works because they have a multiverse. I get a little scared about that. Anyways, they had a son who was about 4 or 5 at the time. He chose to be Captain America, and they picked out his costume first. Okay. A little while later, he comes running back up to the cash wrap, in full costume, brandishing a phone. He told me he had found it on the floor and he had to protect it because phones are very important. I love this kid so much. I love kids. I love kids so much. This might be a little obvious, but I really do love kids. They're so adorable and silly. I love kids so much. He asked me if I could help him find who it belonged to. So I made an announcement asking if anybody was missing a phone, but to no avail. At that point, I asked him to give me the phone and told him to hold on to it until someone came back for it. He looked at me skeptically and flat out refused to hand it over at first. He explained to me how phones have all kinds of important things on them and that they aren't toys. I had to give him my solemn word that I would take good care of the phone before he would even hand it over. I sent him back to his parents after that. Gosh, I love kids so much. They're so adorable. I can just picture this little kid going, phones are very important. They have a lot of important things inside, and they are not toys. You have to take good care of this. You can tell this kid tried to mess with their parents' phone, and the parent was like, hey, the phone's not a toy. It has important things inside. You shouldn't mess with it. And the kid just stuck to that. I love this. I love this so much. Kids are adorable. About 10 minutes later, the phone started ringing and I noticed that the screen said home, so I answered it. It was, of course, the customer looking for her phone. I told her where she could find it and that I'd hold on to it for her. Another 15 minutes or so after that, the woman came into the store asking for the phone. I asked if she was in a hurry. She looked a little confused, but said she wasn't. So I asked her to hold on for just a moment. I went back and found the little Captain America, still in costume because once you get a little kid into them, it's impossible to get them out. Oh, I know about this. And asked him if he would like to return the phone to its owner. He gleefully said yes, so I handed him the phone and we walked back up to the front together. He presented the woman with her phone and explained to her that he had found it and taken good care of it because he knew how important phones were. The woman thanked him profusely. He gave her a sharp salute and then ran off back to his parents. At this point, the woman turned to me and said, "That might have been the cutest thing I have ever seen. Seriously, you don't know how much I needed that. It's been a day." I told her it was no problem, and I was glad she got the phone back. Well, that was very adorable, and it wrapped up very nicely. I love the story. It was very wholesome, and thankfully we didn't get that many Karens today. I think we got like 2 in the same story, and that's about it. So thankfully we managed to get away relatively trauma-free this time. But that last one was so adorable. I loved it. I love kids so much. I am such a mom. I love like playing with kids, watching them over. They're really adorable, and they always have very interesting things to say. If you can, I would totally recommend you chatting with a kid because they always have very, very interesting insight in things. Like, who else would come up to you and ask you your 3rd favorite dinosaur? Let's be honest here. Actually, let's break this stereotype. I'm gonna ask you, what's your 3rd favorite dinosaur? Please tell me down below in the comments what your 3rd favorite dinosaur is. Personally, mine would be probably the Bronchiosaurus. I really like Bronchiosauruses. I have I think it's called Petit Bloc. I think it's called Petit Bloc. It's... Wow, look at me talking about Daiso again, huh? I'm never gonna get rid of Daiso, am I? Okay, so remember how I said that I always buy a lot of stuff at Daiso? So Daiso has this store brand product that they call Petit Bloc. That's kind of like Legos, but not really. They work like Legos, but they're very tiny, and basically it's just a line of these kind of like Legos that you can build, that they have multiple cars and multiple creatures. And in those creatures, they have magical creatures, a lot of dinosaurs, and a lot of like normal creatures, I guess. normal animals, they have cats, they have penguins, they have a Hercules beetle. I still want the Hercules beetle. They actually updated their collection. They have a tanuki now, and they also added two little creatures in the magical creatures line, which I had to buy. I just had to buy them. I now have in my to-do list building a dragon, because of course I bought the dragon. And I have actually already built a Leviathan, because of course I got the Leviathan too. At this point, I can't deny it anymore. I am clearly obsessed with dragons and Leviathans. So I'm gonna put a picture of the Leviathan here, so you can see how beautiful and gorgeous and amazing my Leviathan turned out. And I still have to build a dragon, but the first one I got, which was previously my only one, and now my first one, now that I also have the Leviathan, was a Bronchiosaurus, because when I bought it, there were only Bronchiosauruses and pandas. But I love Bronchiosauruses too. They're very cute, and the name of this one that I'm putting the picture now on screen is Ness. I know the coincidence. Okay? It's pure coincidence, I swear. I named her Ness because of the NES, the console. I swear, I am not stealing people's cats' names. I swear. But yeah, her name's Ness, and she is always on my shelf watching me. And now she has a little Leviathan buddy. I'm really happy about it. Anyways, I hope you guys had as much fun as I did in this video, and I hope to see you guys again next week for another video. Next week I'm gonna be playing a new game in Story Dive, so I'm very excited about that actually. But you can learn more about it next week in the video. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more videos like this, and even videos of me playing different games, please consider subscribing. And you are more than welcome to leave comments, to leave a like if you want. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. And the pun of the day, provided by the wonderful, amazing Zeno once again, thank you so much, Zeno, is: did you hear about the guy who got hit by a can of soda? He's lucky it was a soft drink. I bursted out laughing. Thank you so much, Zeno, as always. This is amazing. Quite the explosive pun, if I may say so. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next week. Bye bye!